Good time of day, everybody, and welcome back to Clicker Heroes 2. The beta, of course. And it's gonna be the beta for at least a year, I would say. Maybe it will be around 6 months, but who knows. Doesn't matter how long it takes as long as the game is good. And it is good. As you can see, I've progressed quite a bit since the previous episode. And that's all thanks to the build that I have at the moment. And that's of course the haste build. And I didn't realize I was doing the haste build until I saw that a lot of other people were doing it and they called it the haste build. So I guess that's exactly what it's called now. So one of the first skills that I got was this limitless haste, then the flurry, which is amazing because, well, basically just allows your multi-click to do way more clicks than it usually does. And then I got Killing Frenzy, which basically increases the amount of multi-click clicks your multi-click does. That's a lot of clicks in that sentence. Of course, equipment can also give you haste, which will increase the amount of clicks your multi-click does. And then I went over to this part of the tree, the top right, top left. I'm good at directions, trust me. And then I got the discharge, which, I mean, it's not all that useful, but, you know, it has some uses, at least. And the synchrony, that's the most important one, because basically that allows me to get way more energy than I should, or than I got previously, because now, when I use my skills, that doesn't disrupt my character from, you know, attacking. And her attacking is what gives me the extra energy to use extra skills, which is absolutely amazing. And then I got the release, basically just increases my damage when my energy is low. And then the Generator's enchantment is what I'm gonna get next, level 77. I've been kind of closely following a lot of things that the devs have been saying. For example, I found out about something I seriously knew nothing about, even before I bought the game. When I pre-ordered, I had no clue that this feature would be in the game, and it's the guilding system. And basically what it is, now you can correct me if I'm misunderstanding something, but it's when you get to level 200, your levels reset, except for the levels that you put into the automator, because then you'll get, when you level up again and get those skills again, you'll just get extra gems of the same kind, and you get a massive damage boost, which will allow you to maybe even be able to complete worlds, the furthest world that you're on currently, faster than you did previously before you got the guild. And yeah, anyway, this build has pretty much been carrying me, because it gets through zones like it's nothing. I think my record so far is something like 7 or 8 minutes in a world, though that was quite a while ago and I haven't tried to do a speedrun in a while. But it does get through zones, trust me. And then the other main build that I see people talking about is the big clicks build. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And it's basically these skills on the bottom that I'm not gonna go over. Maybe not those ones, maybe these ones, small clicks and click torrent, something like that, expandable small clicks. Maybe I'll do that in the future, although I guess I could combine both of them, and that could turn out to be very well, though of course I need way more levels for that. And yeah, anyway, to clear up a misconception that I spouted yesterday, I guess it's not really a spout, but that it wasn't even yesterday, in the previous episode, you get what I mean, was that the random stat equipment was the best equipment to get, and I completely misunderstood what the equipment system was about and how the stats worked. I basically thought that the random stats was you get more stats, but they're just random, or rather, you know, maybe they're not the desirable stats, but you get multiples of them. But it's actually, you can have multiple stats on an equipment, regardless of whether you get the random stats. You just get it by getting the normal ones. And the random stats is basically just if you didn't get the upgrades or the stats that you wanted previous times you upgraded your equipment, you can basically reroll them and get the ones you want, if that's how it turns out. So now, basically I'm just going for more haste, though I did start appreciating the crits a lot more. So the extra crit chance and extra crit damage, because that takes care of bosses very nice and quickly. It basically goes along with my haste build very well, because due to my multi-clicks, if I use that on a boss and I have a high crit chance with high crit damage, then that's going to take down a boss very quickly, and it's not hard to understand. I'm sure you got that by now. And the music is still brilliant, you know? Though I've had it off for a while because, well, I don't want to listen to the music all the time, especially while I'm watching YouTube videos and trying to listen into what people are saying. But it's still amazing. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of it. It's just so good. How can you possibly not like it? The music alone is a good enough reason to buy the game. Or at least I would say. Maybe some people would disagree, but they're obviously just bad at video games. Yes, that's totally a good reason. Right now, I would say the game is definitely worth the $30 that it costs. I've already surpassed the $1 per hour requirement. It's not really a requirement, it's just, you know, a thing that people do to see if a game is good, though it doesn't really prove if a game is good, it just means that the game has a lot of content. Maybe it's not even good content, but in this game, well, obviously it is. How can you look at this game and say it's not good content? I would say, though, that it would be a bit better if this screen was a lot smaller, or if you could make it a lot smaller in the options menu. So you could upgrade the equipment, though I'm not sure. Can I upgrade it while it's closed? So let's try this. I think it's Shift 6. Yes, I can still upgrade it, though I can't see the equipment, so I guess that's a downside. Yeah, I guess it is a downside. But yeah, that would be quite good if it was similar like in the corner of the screen, and then you could see the rest of it in full view. That would be great, because the visuals are amazing. And I just want to enjoy this like a good movie, even though there's nothing particularly interesting happening on the screen except for me using a crap ton of skills, or making Sid click, or rather hit the enemies using the multi-click. You know, I would have assumed that a sword like that, which is basically designed after a mouse, would be for stabbing, not for slashing or cutting. But I haven't seen many stabs. I feel like that should be the main attack for a mouse, because it's very sharp, or appears to be sharp. Though I guess because it's so wide, it wouldn't get through an enemy. So perhaps it is better for cutting, I guess, like a cleaver. Though once again, it's far too heavy to be a cleaver. And my plans at the moment for the skill tree is basically just, like I said, get this Generator's enchantment and then go all over the place, see which skills I like, which ones I don't like, and see if any of them will fit in my build. People have found quite a lot of skills that actually break the game, so I won't be using any of those. Though once again, I could just go back to the previous save and everything would be good. But I don't think that's a very productive use of my time. I'd rather watch other people break the game, but then myself, you know, just play the game normally. I have no reason to break it at the moment, there's nothing that interesting to see. I mean, besides high numbers, and those are always fun. I guess you could say that's the only reason I'm playing this game is because of high numbers. But I would argue with you and say it's because of the goddamn visuals, and also the music. Of course, the high numbers is the main part of the game structure, the game code, the gameplay, mayhaps. Of course I'm being facetious, because this whole game is just numbers. I don't think I'll be able to beat the boss at this rate, if I'm gonna be as slow as this. So let me just start using my skills a bit more, and now finally, a bit of a damage boost. And for the equipment, let me just go over this real quick. It depends where you are in the game, because if you're getting through the game quite fast, then you can just get to the cape equipment and upgrade the cape, and then once the game kind of slows down, then you upgrade one equipment, so for example the crystal sword to level 50, then you upgrade the next one to level 50, then you upgrade the next one to level 50, go back to the sword, upgrade that to 100, then go to the mithril ring, upgrade that to 50, and upgrade the mithril helmet to 100, and then so on and so forth. So then it would be the mithril pants to 50, and then the breastplate to 100. And I found that to be quite an efficient way of upgrading and getting extra DPS. Might be the most efficient way, might not be, but it works for me, so whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter if I get to the boss or not, because I'll show you the bosses, or you'll see the bosses themselves in the next episode. I suppose I could make a plan of the next episode, and that would be to just go over all of these worlds and show you how fast I can get through them. I've been getting quite unlucky with this world generation. After the normal world, I went over to the jungle, then the frozen world, and then I got the frozen world again, and then I got the jungle 3 times. Not a single time did I get the normal grasslands, or what, yeah, it's just called grass. It's amazing to see that a game in beta is so good already. And in the future there'll be even more content, even more new stuff. Maybe even game-changing skills or features. And add to that, the modding features. People are going to be able to mod the game themselves and add features that they perhaps want to see themselves, or, you know, just do things for fun. And I think that'll work probably like with the Binding of Isaac. People are just gonna get together in a community and make mods together, and it's gonna be amazing. So it's definitely worth the $30. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.